Taurus, a very warm welcome. My name is Drew. This is Modern Tarot. Guys, this is a reading for the last couple of weeks of August 2025. How this year's flown, hey? So, Taurus, what's going to be happening around you, for you, your energy, your focus, and maybe some possible outcomes and some good news along the way. Let's pray and hope for that. Hey, Taurus, we need a bit of that. So, one more shuffle. One more, and we're going to go straight into this reading and see what's going to be happening around you, okay? For you. Page of Pentacles. Okay, moving slowly forward, Taurus, all right? Some of you have gone through some difficult times, but the Page of Pentacles now, he's methodical. He's going slow. It's starting again, but in a very grounded fashion, okay? So you might feel a little bit more grounded throughout the month, or the last couple of weeks of this month, August, right? Center of the reading. Seven of Pentacles. Some of you are waiting around for something, all right? Waiting for the fruits of your harvest. It could be you're waiting for a person. You're waiting for a job offer. But an element of waiting the last couple of weeks of August. The challenge. We got the Page of Rods, okay? The Page of Wands in reverse. I'm using the Aquarian deck today, guys. It's very pastel colors, 1970s kind of like artwork. It doesn't show up great on camera, but I've chosen it for you. Page of Wands in reverse. This is a lack of a new start, okay? Whatever this might be. Stick around. I will clarify this reading. The reason why it's all happening, either you or somebody dropped the burden. We've got the Nine of Wands in reverse here. Taurus. Recent past here, Six of Cups in reverse, okay? This is you trying to maybe forget the past, or the Six of Cups in reverse. You know, this talks about childhood. This talks about, it can be a soul family, a soulmate, okay? Six of Cups. But, you know, recent past, maybe you had to let go of a beautiful connection. Some of you, it might have been a past life connection, if you believe in those kind of things, all right? But it has come out in your readings before, a very deep connection that you had to let go of, Taurus. And some of you might still be waiting, but that's the nature of healing. I read every 2 weeks on YouTube. And, you know, there's small increments of change, and sometimes things go backwards. It's not always positive or negative. You know, it's the nature of healing. It's a process, not a decision. Your focus is you just want to get out of your head. You want to stop thinking. You want to stop analyzing. You want to stop projecting into the future. What you don't see coming towards you is the King of Swords, all right? Air energy here. King of Swords, this can be clarity. Some of you, this could be a lawyer, somebody, you know, in authority. But the King of Swords, you don't see this coming. I'll clarify, as I say, guys. Your energetic field, you're getting clear. You might be in a very honest mood. Tell it like it is with the Ace of Swords here, okay? And that's normal. You know, when you've come out of very intense situations, which have really done a number on you, Taurus, they throw you into a dark night of the soul, or, you know, melancholy states of limerence, all these kind of things. What happens is you come out the other side of that and you go, do you know what? I have no time for disingenuous people, and I certainly am going to say what I mean and mean what I say. So people will find that you are very clear, you are very direct. You're saying what you mean and you're meaning what you say throughout the last couple of weeks of August, okay? And also you're willing to cut things out. Okay, outside influences, all right, we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse here. This is no offer of love, or you're not offering love, or love isn't being offered, and it's affecting this reading. Whatever this might be, is this still this person in your energy here, Taurus? You fear being guarded, and you know, you don't want to be guarded, Taurus. But unfortunately, if you've dealt with situations which have kept you stuck and waiting, you know, in anxious attachments, you know, of course you're going to be guarded. Is the same thing going to happen again? You know, it becomes an irrational fear when we stay in a period of waiting for something that might never materialize based on the clusters of patterns in the previous cycle with a person, place, or thing. And so it's a fear of, I don't want to be guarded, you know, I just want lightheartedness. And then the outcome, we got the Four of Pentacles. This is holding on to your sanity, holding on to your coin, looking after you, okay? Holding back maybe. So let's clarify now and see what's really going on here. It's like an onion, right? We've got to peel back the layers. What are you waiting for, Taurus? Seven of Pentacles, you know? This is putting in loads of work and then sitting back and seeing what comes back. You know, some of you might be out of contact with someone and there's no new start. Maybe they've dropped it, you know? Let's have a look. Or maybe that's you, Taurus, all right? We can flip the script in tarot. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for Taurus, all right? Last couple of weeks. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for communication, are you, Taurus? Page of Swords here. You're waiting around for communication to start again. And the challenge is the page of no new start. No action is being taken. You know, the wands are about action. Swords are about communication. And look, Seven of Pentacles again. Taurus, please don't wait in vain, okay? Not for 2 weeks. It's only a 2-week reading. It can all change. But, you know, you'll never get those 2 weeks back in your lifetime, right? So, you know, make sure that you're holding on to your sanity. You're doing things for you, your passions, your joys, whatever you want to do, to take your mind off this waiting game. Bob Marley, there's a song. I don't want to wait in vain. Waiting in vain, I think it's called. Yeah, so no new start, and you're waiting around, and it's a challenge, Taurus. It's all happening because somebody made a major decision to drop it. Whatever it was, it became burdensome. Recent past, we've got the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is like trying to forget the past, and then maybe a little bit of second guessing here. Have I done the right thing? Now I don't know where I'm going, you know? But just remember, Taurus, it's the nature of healing. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Anger, denial, acceptance, back to denial, back into anger, acceptance, you know? And it takes time, all right? Just be patient. But your focus is good, all right? You want to come out of anxiety and you want to feel more independent. Maybe independent from this waiting game, waiting for people. You realize that, you know what, Rome wasn't built in a day, but I wasn't on that job. You know, if I want action to be taken, you know, I've got to lead by example and make that change. So you're going to become more independent. I think this, Taurus, look, you know, there might be elements of codependency that you're focused on and you're healing. You're realizing, you know what, this is burdensome. I need to make some decisions here. I can't stay in this state of limerence, wanting, craving, needing, you know, pining for someone. What you don't see coming towards you, you are going to get very clear about the past, the King of Swords and the Six of Cups in the upright. So you are going to take stock, Taurus, and you're going to get very clear. You don't see it coming, okay? Your energetic field, might be, as soon as you see people that are player like Taurus, you might just cut them out, okay? Or this could be you. You might be, you know, for some of you, it's not a personal reading, guys. We all cope differently and we all deal with things in our own time frames. But, you know, some of you might, you know, be openly honest and say, hey, I'm just in things for fun really right now. I've just come out of something, okay? And just enjoying that passion and all these kind of things, because some of you might be missing that in your life, okay? But, you know, your energetic field, some of you, you know, you might just, you know, tell it like it is and call out players and go, hey, look, you know, been here before. Ain't going down that road. Others of you might be openly honest and, hey, I'm not looking for anything with attachments, you know, I'm just looking for fun right now. Just for some of you, okay? We're all different, as I say. Outside influence, we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse, all right? And then we've got the Two of Cups. So some of you are still waiting around. You are still, you know, umming and ahhing and still a little bit trapped in your head about you're missing the past, but I need to focus on being single and being independent here. And you might fluctuate between the two. So be compassionate with yourself that happens. It's healing, you know. But, you know, it was obviously a strong connection. It's an outside influence. But, you know, the romance is gone. You know, there's no offers of love happening. And as I say, I don't want you to wait in vain, Taurus. You know, you fear to be guarded. It's like a fear of yours that, I'm guarding my innocence. I don't want to guard my innocence, Some of you are fearing because of a certain situation that you're guarded against love and you've lost that innocence, and offers of love now are a little bit scary for you. But it's normal. You're still healing, okay? Out, some of you, all right, so the outcome is some of you are still holding on to an emperor in reverse, all right? They may have Aries in their chart, but some of you could be holding back from, someone that was highly manipulative. Others of you, some of you might be holding on to jobs where you don't really like the boss, but you're doing it for money. So you're looking after yourself, but you're not really happy with the boss or his ethics and these kind of things, right? Emperor can be a boss. But, the outcome is you might be holding back from somebody that was my way or the highway. I want you in my life, Taurus, but on my terms. What's in it for Taurus, right? Let's have a look. And that's why your focus might be, I need to be more independent here. I need to nip this codependency in the bud. And these kind of connections can make you feel very codependent to them when the shit hits the fan and they go a bit south. So it's normal, forgive yourself. Let's have a look. The recent past. Okay, we've got Six of Cups in reverse, trying to forget the past and then feeling stuck though. Which way's forward? Can't go back, can I? Wasn't very nice. Kept me waiting, and here I am waiting again. So what I'm saying, Taurus, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. All right, it's the process. It's not a decision. You might still have seen a future with this person. You might have thought that they were the one, right? But the reason why it's all happening, somebody's dropped the burden and made major life decisions here. Right, Taurus, look at this. I was only in it for fun. I was never serious. So somebody made a decision to drop the burden, all right? They might have only been in it for fun and never serious. And that's why I say, Taurus, I don't want you to wait in vain for somebody. Some of you are waiting around for communication. Some of you, I pretend I don't care, it keeps me safe. Some of you are secretly waiting around. Some of you might be playing, those kind of like games, or someone's doing it to you, to us. We can flip the script in tarot, but somebody might be, those no contact rules. You see all these tutorials on how to go no contact and all these kind of things. When deep down inside, they really want to reach out and contact. That's what the heart and the mind is saying. But it's kind of like, no, I've watched all these tutorials. No contact is 30 days. And then there's another step of how we get back together. What a burden that is, right? I'd rather be Nine of Pentacles than have to deal with that, Taurus, wouldn't you? So where was the challenge? The challenge was, no new start with the page. It's a brand new start in something maybe that was already once. So the challenge is there's no new start. Page of Wands in reverse. Waiting around is a challenge to wait around for no new start. All right, nature of healing, guys. And it's all far too immature. I find it exhausting. Sometimes you might think that you're being immature, Taurus. Just remember, it might have been a very strong connection, right? So don't beat yourself up over it. Your focus is coming out of your head, sleepless nights and all these kind of things. And you might still often wonder how this person is doing. But you might be focused on, I need to cover my own ass here right now. My own ass for my American viewers, and some of you might be focused on your money. It might be a bit of an issue, and sometimes these kind of connections can affect your money because they're so intense, they can spill out into other areas of your life. And you might have taken your eye off the ball on certain things because you were going through maybe a dark night of the soul and you've left letters unopened, and all this kind of stuff. It happens, guys. But you don't see coming. All right, just for some of you, okay, you might get clear about the past and that somebody chose their friends and family over the connection, okay? That's what you don't see coming, which might be another stage in your healing, layers like the onion getting clearer, right? Your energetic field. I swear we can almost read each other's minds. Um, so you're getting very clear about playerism, all right? Some of you, are speaking up, saying, "Hey, I only want fun," and you might be very, very good at attracting similar people to you. The last 2 weeks of August, that you're kind of like read their minds, and you might both be on board, whether it's for as a band-aid, to fix the bad feelings or the reminiscing, and to speed up the healing. Everyone works differently, Taurus, all right? No judgment here in modern tarot, right? Outside influences, all right. Outside influences, no offer of love, the Knight of Cups, all right? So this is someone that you knew, Taurus. It's not new. It wasn't a page. Knight of Cups in reverse, no offer of love. Starting again, these kind of things. But, we know each other, so we're just picking up where we left off. There's no offer of that. It probably was a soulmate, but there are too many people involved in this. Again, I don't want you to wait in vain, Taurus. I needed attention for all the wrong reasons, and you gave it freely, too freely. It's a fear of yours to have to be guarded and loved. And where's the innocence gone, Where's the sincerity in it all gone? So some of you might be hyper vigilant, and it's a bit of a fear of yours. I need to be guarded now. Guard my heart. All right, so some of you are holding back from the Emperor in reverse, all right? My way or the highway. Want you in my life, Taurus, but on my terms. You might be holding back from that. And yes, it's hard to move on, but I needed to for my own sanity. And I think this is where you are, Taurus. You're choosing the Nine of Pentacles, all right? And your sanity coming out of these sleepless nights and worrying and anxiety and analyzing what went down and what's going on and blah, blah, blah. It will do a number on you and exhaust you. So you are focused on your healing, even though it's tough, okay? So it's still in your energy, Taurus. But, it's only a 2-week reading, and the last reading was 2 weeks, and it was a very similar theme. And reading to reading, there's only small increments of change. It might be 1 or 2 cards that turn upright when the rest are maybe reversed. Or, your focus is, instead of Nine of Pentacles in reverse, in the first couple of weeks of August, now it's upright. So now your codependency to a certain situation is diminishing slowly. But of course, we might fall back again. And that's where we need compassion with ourselves, right? If it is about love, okay, throughout the month or the last couple of weeks of this month, August, let's have some messages around that. So, it looks like there's 2 sets of you there, all right? Some of you are being very honestly open, not looking for anything committed, just out to have a good time, some of you. Others of you, you're going to spot players coming, I swear we can read each other's minds. So that's negative or positive, that card, right? Duality of life. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, that's one. Next one. Finances and career. Some of you, as I say, your focus is Nine of Pentacles, working on your coin, getting yourself back on track financially, because this might have made a little dent in your finances too. When we're healing, we can go and spend more money on buying bottles of wine to play Whitney Houston all night long, or chocolate, or emotional spending to make ourselves feel better. It can be costly healing, right? Tarot readings. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now in reverse. All right. So it's the end of all that. And then we got true love, the romance of a lifetime in reverse. And some of you will be getting very clear about the past, that, somebody might have chosen their family. Some of them might have had families, okay? And then they were, double dipping, whatever, keeping people around as options while they already had something else going on, And now you're getting very clear, it's obviously not my true love, is it? Because my true love wouldn't do that to me. And then it's got enjoy the bliss of holiday time together in reverse. And so Some of you might have had travel plans when you were dealing with this person, but that's not happening. You might be reminiscing about that. Oh, we plan to do that. Many scenarios here, guys. It's not a personal reading, all right? So, take what fits, leave the rest behind. Something that might be key, something for you to consider throughout the last couple of weeks, Taurus. It's not a negative reading, guys. You're turning the Nine of Pentacles upright, coming out of your head, healing, choosing your sanity, okay, over certain situations, because you realize if my sanity is gone, I've lost the plot, my life starts to fall to pieces, my career, my money. So it looks like it's another stage of healing for you, all right, which is great, right? That's what this channel's all about, it's all about healing and growth and healthy connections. Forgiveness, letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. Compassion with yourself throughout the journey, Taurus. Sound, music, silence, rhythm, and vibration. Music might be very key. Use music. If you're feeling melancholic, go there for a little bit, but the other side of melancholy can be depression, right? So we can go and visit that state for, I don't know, 20 minutes, whatever, half an hour, an album. All right, and then switch it up and put something on to lift you out of that mood, to get you back into your Knight of Pentacles here, as opposed to into a state of limerence and sadness and longing. And compassion, compassion's come out twice. Compassion for yourself, compassion for the healing process. It's not a decision, okay? Caring, empathy, acceptance, gentleness. Be gentle with yourselves, Taurus, throughout the healing process, okay? Let's have a look. Where's it going to go now? If you're a song, Taurus, throughout the last couple of weeks of August, maybe the lyrics mean something, the band, the title, these kind of things. If it's not your genre, give it one listen, but there might be a subliminal message in there for you. Give it one listen and dump it. It might come on your random play on Spotify, or it might end up in a coffee shop. With or without you, you too. And it seems to be that state, right? With or without you, I can't live. And, but you're changing all that, Taurus. And how that song would fit into this reading, if this was a personal reading, it really is. You're in between, Two of Swords, I want to drop the past, but, healing takes time. I still think about that person. It was a Two of Cups, I can't live without you, but I couldn't live with you. So in between is a place called Joy, which is the Knight of Pentacles, working on yourself, following your passions, your dreams, outside of the situation, refocusing on your money, getting your ducks in a row, makes you more attractive and certainly less codependent, right? Positive message for you, Taurus, all right, to leave you with for the last couple of weeks of August. All right, keep it in your back pocket as a little mantra to big yourselves up and these kind of things. I really need to change this deck. It's been so well used, it doesn't really shuffle that great anymore. Didn't want to come together. Okay, top card. Taurus, what have we got for you? Love. Positivity surrounds your love life right now. And this is it. Nine of Pentacles. Makes you highly attractive, Taurus. And you might be thinking, stuff it, Drew. Well, I don't need attention. I'm kind of like guarded against giving my love or love in general. But, it's there if you want it. Peace, Taurus. Tranquility surrounds your life right now. A peaceful road awaits. And for some of you, it's a long time coming. This has been an intense situation for you. I get it. I sympathize. I empathize with you guys. But clear your mind, Taurus. Take a walk, bathe, or meditate. Clearing your mind is important in moving forward for you right now. And I think that's what you're doing, guys. Coming out of the Nine of Swords, anxiety, forward thinking, reminiscing, analyzing, which, Nine of Swords can take us either into the too far into the future, too far into the past, and the present moment's gone. And then all these bills are piling up that you haven't opened because you've been in a sad mood. I get it. All right. It can happen to the best of us, right? Where's it going? One of these to leave you with, all right? Taurus. What's this? When I live and act from a place of a spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. And that's the beauty of the Nine of Swords in reverse. Neither in the past or the future, I'm in this present moment. Is there anybody in my bedroom with me right now? So there's no drama. There's just me. So I'm becoming my own best friend and going, okay, let's go into calm. Let's go into a calm state. There is no drama in this room, you know? So, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Drew. This has been Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out on moderntarot.net directly or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store, and I'll do my best to give you some clarity on your personal situations. In the meantime, Taurus, great continuation of the work you've been doing. Yes, it's 2 steps forward. Yes, it's 3 steps back, but you're getting there. And, I wish you all the best with it from the bottom of my heart. Take it easy, and I'll see you back here for another reading. Ciao, Taurus.